So I learned at that early age that leadership is not about title. It is about whether you can influence others, whether others listen to you. So I didn't take it to heart. I just took it as a learning lesson at that early age. I remember when I was in secondary 1, nominations were open for my classmates to nominate amongst ourselves to be prefects. And my classmate seated in front of me raised up his hand and said, I nominate Nat to be a prefect. My form teacher took one look at me and replied, Nat is too quiet to be a prefect. So I was like, okay, I'm too quiet, but there was a burning desire in my heart to want to serve, but I didn't know how to at that point of time. A few days later, nominations were open to be an AVA assistant. So I thought, why not? I raised up my hand and nobody else wanted to be an AVA assistant. So I got the role, and I felt very proud to be able to serve the class in that role, no matter how simple or manual it might have been. So my maternal grandparents raised me up because both my parents were working. They raised me up from nursery up till primary 6. Both of them were steady presence in my life. How it shaped my family life is that I want to be a constant presence. I want to be the constant presence to my children as well. I may not be very loud-spoken, I may not be the fun type of parent. My wife is the fun type of parent, I'm not, but I feel that I want to be that steady presence for them, that they know that there is someone, their father, that they can rely on to guide them along life. My father passed away a few weeks before my O-level exams. He passed away in the office because of a heart attack. Of course, I was traumatized, I was crying. But after a while, I felt, what would he have wanted me to do? And I felt he wanted me to do well for my O-level exams. I continued my study timetable throughout the week. And on the first day of the week, it just so happened that my study timetable listed pure biology as my study subject. I studied life in the face of death. And how it informed my way of thinking now is that even as we face death, we would want our family to do well. We would want our loved ones to do well. That is how I approach family life. That is how I try to guide the decisions that I make for my family. I was in the Youth Wing Executive Committee at that time. After the general elections in 2011, there were a lot of people who wanted to sign up to be volunteers. And I thought, why not organize a few sessions for these people to come to the Workers' Party HQ to get to know more about the party. So there were hundreds of people, so we broke them up into groups of 10. And on one of the weekends, she came and she asked a lot of questions. I was one of the facilitators at that time. And she asked a lot of questions, appeared to be very smart and intelligent in the world of politics. And I took note of her, but unfortunately she had to leave immediately after the session. A few weeks later, I was out for lunch with my colleagues at a cafe near my workplace. And I bumped into her. She was with her colleague as well. So we just said hi and we exchanged numbers and we thought, let's meet for lunch. So lunch became more lunches at the food court nearby our workplaces, and then it became dinner and then dating and so on. That's the short summary of how I met my wife. At that time, the party had weekly open houses on Fridays. So I went to the open house that was in December 2007, and I got to know a couple of people there. And then I started volunteering. I volunteered for house visits, for certain tours that the party organized, and I got to know more people from volunteering then. And then near the end of 2008, I decided, why not join the party? So I asked around. I asked the friends whom I made in the party. I asked my mother. I think I even asked my grandparents as well whether joining the party is the right decision. The consensus was yes, I'm making the reasons for me joining the party were the right ones. In February 2009, I decided to sign on the dotted line to join the party. There have been many memorable experiences. One of the most memorable ones was on the day that I signed on the dotted line to join the party. At that point of time, every person who wanted to join the party had to go through an interview with Mr. Lau Tia Kiang at his Meet the People session. So when I went to his Meet the People session for the interview, I was intimidated. It was my first time meeting him. But what he told me stuck with me throughout my journey in the party. He said, take care of yourself first, take care of your studies first, take care of your family, take care of your career first, and then you can take care of the party and the country. So that stuck with me throughout, and that has what made my journey in the party more sustainable, because I took his advice to heart. And even though I've been active in the party throughout, I also took care of my personal life first.